In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Narrated Usman, I heard the Prophet saying, if a man performs ablution perfectly, and then offers the compulsory congregational prayer, Allah will forgive his sins committed between that prayer and the next prayer till he offers it. Narrated Abdullah bin Amr, the Prophet remained behind us on a journey. He joined us while we were performing ablution for the Asr prayer, which was overdue, and we were just passing wet hands over our feet and washing them thoroughly. So he addressed us in a loud voice, saying twice, save your heels from the fire. Narrated Nu'am al-Mujmir, once I went up the roof of the mosque, along with Abu Huraira. He performed ablution and said, I heard the Prophet saying, on the day of resurrection, my followers will be called al-Muhajjalin, from the trace of ablution, and whoever can increase the area of his radiance should do so, i.e. by performing ablution regularly. Narrated Anas bin Malik saw Allah's Messenger when the Asr prayer was due, and the people searched for water to perform ablution, but they could not find it. Later on, a pot full of water for ablution was brought to Allah's apostle. He put his hand in that pot and ordered the people to perform ablution from it. I saw the water springing out from underneath his fingers till all of them performed the ablution. It was one of the miracles of the Prophet. Narrated Atta bin Yasar, Ibn Abbas performed ablution and washed his face in the following way. He ladled out a handful of water, rinsed his mouth, and washed his nose with it by putting in water and then blowing it out. He then took another handful of water and did like this, gesturing, joining both hands, and washed his face, took another handful of water and washed his right forearm. He again took another handful of water and washed his left forearm, and passed wet hands over his head, and took another handful of water and poured it over his right foot up to his ankles, and washed it thoroughly, and similarly took another handful of water and washed thoroughly his left foot up to the ankles, and said, I saw Allah's Messenger performing ablution in this way. Narrated Ampotia, that the Prophet at the time of washing his deceased daughter had said to them, start from the right side, beginning with those parts which are washed in ablution.